Hello all pirates, welcome back. Gameaholik is here and I am back doing what I love. And today we are going to be talking about what we know so far about Tall Tales. So in yesterday's live stream from Sea of Thieves, the guys were talking about the Tall Tales Shores of Gold and what it entails. So I'm going to go through as much as I can. There is a lot that they actually said in the stream. I'm presuming that because they've said it in the stream, then it's safe to repeat what they've said. So the Tall Tales is the lore/story side of the quest line for Sea of Thieves, and is obviously going to enrich the game rather than just digging up treasure, killing skeletons. So you're going to have like a story to follow, and how it's going to work out is there's going to be 9 separate stories to work through, and there's going to be kind of an understanding of what the paintings have meant that you've seen on islands previous. They're going to obviously tie in with it as well. What the story that I got from the stream is mainly about is getting to the Shores of Gold and obtaining a mystical power called the Shroudbreaker, and I do believe it's a Shroudbreaker relic, they said, as opposed to the one that you may have seen on Forsaken Shores where it was a figurehead that got smashed into 1,000 pieces. So the story mode, each 9 of them, you can do in any order you want to, though it is advisable that you go from the start and then you work your way through in the chronological order that they are presented in, because it makes more sense and each story follows on from the other one. Each story is repeatable, so you can do it over and over again. There's going to be gold after you've completed each story as well as a reward. We are going to notice that some of the parts are the same, but some of them are going to change, so when you do repeat it, there's going to be a slightly different island to go to, he said. Maybe there's a different thing to do, but yes, they're going to be repeatable and they are going to be different slightly. They also let slip that there's going to be kind of new bosses or a new skeleton. Didn't go into any detail, obviously. There's also a new chest that opens, you can see in the trailer. You also can put other items in as well, so they called them the, I forget now, the trophy chests or something along the lines of that. So there's going to be items to collect. You can keep them in there, but you don't have to keep them in there, or once you finish the mission you can keep those chests, and then you could put things like cannonballs or a trinket in there or a skull, and you can hold 3 items of your choice. So at the end of the trailer as well, we see a potential boss fight or end fight. It's actually, if I remember rightly, there was a toy or a figure that came out like quite close to the original release or launch of Sea of Thieves, and it was just called the Gold Hoarder, made by Tonkanen or something, the company that made the toys, and it's that character that actually appears at the end of the trailer. So there's a good chance that, because in the trailer it actually says to go to the Shore of Gold and you're basically gonna have to fight for it, so that's quite interesting that you see him at the end. There's also going to be traps on certain islands, and that's going to be like Indiana Jones style sort of thing, so it's going to be quite interesting with some of the islands. There's going to be now traps. It doesn't matter whether you're doing the Shores of Gold or Tall Tales missions or not, the islands will still have the traps present, so that's a completely new thing for the Sea of Thieves environment and world. We're also going to be able to get cosmetics for completing stories or part of the stories, and they also mentioned that there's going to be a secret reward for completing all 9 stories as well. But they did mention a lot in the stream. Go back and watch it, link will be in the description. These are just highlighted things of what we know is going to come. So it's going to be a story quest mission. You can do it as well alongside your normal missions, so you can have a Tall Tales quest running and also, for example, a Gold Hoarders voyage going, so you don't have to separate and just go on the story quest line sort of thing. There's 9 in total. There's going to be new bosses, new rewards, new cosmetics. It's going to tell a story of the Shores of Gold, and what from the trailer it's kind of like, well, we're not the only ones that have tried to go and get these treasures, so it's quite interesting that we're going to get the background information rather than just being an open world where we kind of guess and make our own stories, and that is an official story to go alongside making up your own story. So let me know in the comments section if you're excited for Tall Tales, and obviously it's going to be released in just under a week now, and once it does go live I'll be obviously covering it in more detail. Too sure if I'll do a guide for it, because obviously, like I said, it is repeatable, it can change, so it would be hard to do a guide and then it'd be called out for it being wrong because they've got a different version or something along those lines. It might have to be a loose guide when it officially goes live. So if this video has been helpful or interesting or useful, then do please consider liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing as always. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section how excited you are for Tall Tales coming to Sea of Thieves as part of the anniversary update on the 30th of April. Have a great rest of your voyages and take care.